Welcome into the Fresh Inspiration Show podcast. I am so happy to have another podcast I'm releasing to you. This whole space is about mindset, transformation, entertainment. So remember, when you first walk in the door, how you're feeling, how is your day going? And then as you exit out, see where your shift is. See what helps you feel that you are a rock star, that you can do whatever you imagine you can do. Now that's what I'm all about. I love every day something like that. And we are going to really nail it again for you today. Today we have Angela Santi coming directly from Italy. You're going to love her so much if you are into the Vida Dulce lifestyle. And what that means is that you want for everything around you to look beautiful. So you're looking at your surroundings, looking in your office, looking at how you're running your business, that you want it to be upscale. Everything you breathe, everything you taste, everything you hear is going to serve the purpose of where you're going next. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. I totally enjoyed being in Angela's space while we were running the show. This podcast is for you if you're ready to grow income, have some structure around your business, and really believe in you. No way to step back after you start getting into Angela's space. She wants to hold you accountable for really stepping into the precious you. She's also linking it to how last year has been with being in her four walls and not being able to be a social. As you may know, a lot of the culture is about getting out in Italy and getting, fresh food, being able to hang out with your friends, having tea and coffee, and it's changed a lot. And that was one of the big shifts. You're going to hear about that too. My name is Rhonda Liebig, and I'm the founder and the creator and the producer of the Fresh Inspiration Show. Come in, enjoy yourself, enjoy Angela Santi, and I'll catch you on the other end and see how you enjoyed your time. Angela is a person who just had a summit, and I got to be part of the experience with her and really talking the depths of thyroid healing, the depths of healing in the body, the depths of feeling stuck and stranded in a situation that didn't feel good. And I know Karen was just talking about that. Kim was talking about some of her experiences too and what she's been learning along the way. And the thing is, when you're used to doing things and it's part of your culture and it's been your life, get yourself in the space of if you ever wanted to travel in Italy, but you can put yourself in your space and what you've been dealing with this year. Then you're used to going to the cafe and your communication with your friends and spending time with your friends and doing something that's lovely, little kisses and talking and playing and being playful, all of a sudden is a halt. It's not playful anymore. It's stay in your four walls. Oh my gosh, there's something happening here. You can't go out. Okay, now you can go out, but but you can't go to restaurants. Oh, now the restaurants are open, but you can't do this and all these rules. You know how it is. We're all in the same boat of dealing with this. Angela Santi believes in living this life of experiences and being able to share that with others in the love. So I want to bring in Angela's vocals and just to get this going, Angela, can you share with me more about your experience this last year and how you're feeling as a person that has been raised in Italy or in the culture and stuff, and how you're showing up today just in that experience?
Sure. Thank you, Rhonda. And let me tell you that I'm super honored and happy that I'm thankful to technology that made us meet and that I can be on your event today. And I think it's amazing. And I really can feel the energy, the amazing energy that has been building up. So, you see it's dark here, so it's evening. So yeah, what it's been in Italy? Allora, Italy, we, as you know, some things are stereotypical, but there is a truth in it. So Italian are very outgoing, very, we like to touch each other, to hug and to kiss. We like to have all this really la dolce vita, which, like having aperitif every evening, sipping a good prosecco and talking with friends and going out for dinner. But we are, especially in the northern part, but in Italy in general, we also are hard workers, but we like to mix, the two things. And what happened is that last year, when the pandemic hit, from one day to the other, the government said, okay, now we are in total lockdown, and we could not go out of our houses literally without a written declaration of, we could only go out for errands, buying food, etc. And then we were doing all this line, da, da, da. And the thing that was so difficult is, first of all, that we didn't have this connection, and I really can relate to what Kim was saying, that, social connection is so important, and it's so important for nourishing our mind and our hearts and our life. And the government was also saying every week they were saying, oh, probably next week we are opening up, and probably next week. And then, we stayed closed in strict lockdown until the summer. And then in the summer, everything opened again, and then people were on the street, because of course, it was like a rebound effect. And then September, October, then COVID hit again, and everything was closed. And they invented this, how do you say, the light, the traffic light. So they said, you are either yellow, orange, or red. And every week this color changed. So it's very difficult to make plans, to decide everything. So now the economy is going down, because the economy, of course, is based on consumerism, and people cannot go work. Some of them can go, but many people are not allowed to go to work, and you're not allowed to see your friends. So this is a very difficult part. The other difficult part is that we need to, as Kim was saying, we need to nourish our brain and our heart with new things, with stimuli and enlightenment and everything. And so what do? I mean, when you're confined in your house, and I can say I'm very happy because I have a very big house and I have a garden that I love, so at least I go in the garden and the terrace, etc. And you really have to be very self-conscious and find your joy, your, whatever gives you this enlightenment every day. And that I, deal a lot about, success and la dolce vita, that are two sides of the same coin, because there is no success if you are sacrificing all your life for success. So what is it? And success, everybody has their own definition about success, as we said. So success cannot be at the expenses of your life. So and then you need to nourish yourself, and then you need to create what makes you joyful. And the big challenge now, especially now during the pandemic, is really to understand that joy is an inner, or even this la dolce vita is not only going out for aperitif and see friends and go to parties and do beautiful things, go to exhibitions and whatever. And it's to create your la dolce vita inside yourself, and it's a skill. La dolce vita is really a philosophy of living, something that you have to create from within.
I love
Okay.
it. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. And I know the Vida stands for something also.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
The-
can you
yeah.
please share that in that experience of first we're talking about, okay, everything's locked down. How are you working with people actually believing, like how can they get that experience and keep growing and not feel stuck? Please share the
Yeah.
formula.
Yeah. First, I want to tell you, with I also relate with Karen because I also come from the corporate world, and now I work with successful people that are sacrificing their life for success and teaching them how to combine success and La Dolce Vita. And the formula is a four pillars, or like the four wheels of a car. Okay. And you are driving this car. Hopefully you are the driver, because maybe you realize that you're not even the driver and you're sitting, on the back seat, and somebody else is driving. And maybe even those self-driving cars, and you don't know who programmed the car and where the car is going, because you're just on autopilot, all day long. So hopefully you're driving this car, and this car has four wheels, and the four wheels are the Vita wheels. And by the way, Dolce means sweet. So Vita is V, stand for vitality, meaning that you have to create a positive lifestyle or positive routines that gives you energy, vitality, and focus and motivation, and all you need, to fuel your passion and your days and your business, and whatever you do. So to me, this is the foundation of everything. And then the second wheel is the eye of illumination, or we can also say inspiration, and it's like the mindset. You have to show up every day with an empowered mindset that keeps you going, all through the challenges of the days or whatever. So you have to believe in what you do, you have to be motivated, and you have to keep going, because success, whatever we want to define it, is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not something that you create from one day to the other. It's not true. You have really to go and be persistent. As you were keeping up, you were talking about persistence at the beginning of the show. So persistence is super important, and persistence is something that you build every day, and it has to do with your mindset, with getting illuminated and inspired every second of your day. And then we have T, and T stands for techniques, for systems, for strategies, for the nitty gritty, of your business and of your life. So you have to have a goal, a vision, and then a goal. You have to have your focus, and then you have to put in place what you need, everything that needs, that brings you there. Let go of what is not working. Sometimes we get, we love our habits and our way and our methodologies, because it's just our habits. Or like I'm also talking about, but if it's not working, you have to have the courage to let it go. I also deal a lot about time management, which is more mind management than time management, because time management techniques are really basics. And what is that, is preventing you to put them into place. So you have to master all the techniques. Okay. And if we take it to a business, like in business, it's processes. All processes must function in the best way. And then lastly is A for assets. And what are your assets? It's your skill sets. Okay. And I like to say that your skill sets is talking about soft skills and hard skills. It's like the human body. You have the bones, and then you have the muscles. So you cannot have a body with only with the bones or only with the muscles, because it's not going anywhere. And whereas the bones are the hard skills, the technicalities, and all the things that you have to know, and it's a no-brainer. You have to have them, okay, and you have to keep them upgraded. Otherwise, you're out of the market. Then the soft skills are your muscles, and your muscles. If you don't use your muscles, your muscles become very thin. So every day you have to train your muscles, so you have to do something to keep them, how can I say, fit. Okay, and this 4 dimension, or these 4 wheels, I like to call them, must be aligned to your vision and must be in balance. So can you imagine like going on a trip and I say like, realizing your creating your vision is not, it's like a rally, it's adventurous, there are dangers, and sometimes you get stuck, and and then you have all those things, and then your car must have all wheels inflated in the same way. They must be in balance, and everything must go, otherwise maybe you're stopped. So this is my idea. And when you have those 4 dimensions in balance, you really can create your, like your road is smoother, and then you really can enjoy your success, letting go of things, of some things, okay, and your dolce vita. And again, it can be dolce vita, creating some habits, and also inner dolce vita, which is the most important one.
I am playing over here. I am dancing.
Yeah.
The way you speak, Angela, is so much fun. I'm like flown with it. And I get why you are speaking about the Dolce Vida. I understand it. It's the looking at the structure, the nuts and bolts, and what inspires you, and how you can heal your body, because our body gets so pushed and compressed. I love how you did the scenario, the bones and the muscles, and so the soft skills, the hard skills. I believe that in the Fresh Inspiration Show community, we're consistently speaking of health and wellness. We can't do anything without vitality. And the acronym to me really meant a lot in how you can apply that. And it feels so basic, and there's a flow there, and energy. In your life, Angela, how did you come up with this? Like, what were some of the things that you had that were stopping you, or that you had to acknowledge, or your health was going to keep going down? What were
Yes.
those points for you?
Yeah, I come from the corporate world, so I totally relate what Karen was saying. And at that time, since I come from a family of entrepreneur, and the no-brainer thing, the easiest thing was to go and work in the family business. That was in the luxury automotive dealerships. It was huge. It was like 600 employees, and I was a change manager there, and I really interpreted, and it was at the beginning of the 90s, and I really interpreted my role of a woman manager in a male, totally, like masculine, totally masculine world, where women are, like the models like this on the Ferrari, or just, those who answer the phone and that's it. And I was a manager, and I said, so I was there wearing jackets, and I used a very masculine perfume, and always with high heels, like, like this. But it wasn't my nature, so I was suppressing my nature. And then at the same time, I was successful in a way, but, it was really hard. And I started questioning myself and everything. I had all these imposter syndromes and perfectionism, all the syndromes that you can, that you can invent. I started suffering that I never suffered before, and then I couldn't really express myself the way I was. And I was like feeling guilty whenever I was taking time for myself, etc. And then at that time, I developed this a sort of grave disease. And this grave disease, strange, you know, fifth chakra, communication, this kind of things. So I went to the doctor and he said, okay, you have to take this medicine and so on and so forth. And I say, no way. So I Googled, I know Americans, because I studied in the United States. I was at the university in Berkeley and then in Santa Cruz. I was like, Americans have support group for everything. So I went there, grave disease support group, and it opened up, like bibliography, etc. So I ordered on the Amazon. It was the first years. Thank you, Amazon. And I read whatever I could read, and I totally changed my life. I changed the way I was eating. I started meditating. I started doing yoga every day that I wasn't doing. I mean, I was practicing yoga, but not every day. And I turned my life upside down. I said, I want to put much more pleasure on my life. And then, okay. And then what happened at the same time is that the family business was, how can I say, bankrupt because of the Lehman Brothers and the word crisis. So again, I was like, why was I sacrificing my life? What was I sacrificing my life for? And life is one, and I want to live it at its fullest and utmost, and life must be beautiful. Okay, but I want, this is my definition of beautiful, and the life is vita. Okay, la vita deve essere dolce, beautiful, and whatever, fulfilling. So this is my way, and this is what I'm teaching to my clients. Vita, I asked.
And I love your energy. Okay, so Graves' disease, body coming at you saying the way you're living, unacceptable, living in a masculine space. I know how that is. I was like thinking I was top dog. The way I treated people was not very nice. I thought, well, hey, I'm the manager, and the person above me, that's as high as you can go. So yeah, I'm really awesome. And it came across so terrible. And I really realized that I didn't understand what I was doing to others. And that was a very painful process. So thyroid for me also, and hypothyroid. So Kim was talking about the activation. Hypothyroid is stop, stop, stop. Where you're very active and working and working. So your body's like attacking, like, and then, great about Amazon, because then you were able to say, hey, America, or US, you have all these support groups. And so we're like a support group today. It's like bringing the experience of like receiving and asking. Hey, the Fresh Inspiration Show, keep adding in. Like, how is your experience as you are learning about, no matter where you are in this sphere, in this world, doesn't it seem like Angela lives like she's like your next door neighbor and she's all the way in Italy? Like, I'm in California thinking, I could just go over and knock on Angela's door and we could have the same exact conversation about health and about like how we have our own experiences, just like you do the Fresh Inspiration Show, your own experiences, but you get to play with all the different angles that everybody's coming at. So Angela, when you realized that you're not feeling good, you're getting support, you're going into your journey, and you're transitioning. Oh my gosh, my friend, the vulnerability around that. When did you realize you were going to be a coach? Did you first go find a coach to be able to start that partnership, to be able to partner and help
Yes.
somebody, have somebody help you along the way also?
Yes, definitely. When the family business was over, I was like, and it was over from like one day to the other. I was like without job, without identity, because when it's your family business, it's a part of the family. So, and I was like, and I was like, what am I going to do now? And since I was also so self-referential because I was the boss, I was like, are my, is my skill set even interesting for anybody out there, or what? So I found, first of all, I found a career coach, and this was my first transition. And then I started working for a consultancy, various consultancy company as a freelance, and I was traveling all over Italy. And then I said, okay, I start over, and then I leverage my skills in a different way, So for me, it was okay. Then after a few years, I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. This is not life quality. I was, with a suitcase all the time on a train, and I wasn't even paid what I was worth.
Unacceptable, huh, Angela?
But at the beginning, I was accepting everything, So the more I started, and then I started to study as a coach. And so I started my own, like in parallel, my own coaching business, and it was in person. Then it was it was 2015 or 16, and I was about to. I was very close to my 50th birthday, and I said, now for my 50th birthday, I want to change life again, because I know how how to do it. And I hired an American coach, and from there I started working virtually. So I opened up, because coaching here in Italy is not as widespread as in the United States. So in my hometown, everybody was saying, okay, you've always been a maverick, you've always been strange, oh, what are you doing, this, like things for Americans, etc. I said, okay, let me do that. So I started that, and I changed, my focus, because at the beginning, when I started, I was like job search coach. And then as I was, going more and more far away from the company world, okay, and the corporate world,
Yeah.
now my focus is, of course, on business people, entrepreneurs, business owners, etc. And I still work on this skill set inventory, but for different things, with a different approach. And I also like to work with my coaching is a boutique for an elite population. Is like, I like to work for like 5 or 6 clients a year, because I take care of them, every day, and I'm totally at their disposal. So I get really strong transformation for that, because I'm there for them.
Yeah.
And I really love this approach, and I can do it all over the world, not only
Yeah.
in Italy. Yeah.
We really do need it. How do people connect with you? What do you have today that is a way for somebody to reach out?
Oh, they can reach me out for me I have a website in Italian with a page in English, and my website is Angela, ANGELASANTI .it. But then I'm gonna write the English page, the page in English, and I also offer a very nice quiz. That is a quiz that is called are you able to achieve your dreams without sacrificing your life? And it's on time management, but it's more about leadership, because leadership and self-leadership are one of the main keys for everything. You have to lead yourself first, and then be able to lead your life. So if I can write my 2 links on the in the comments. Okay, and what are them? Okay.
I love how you can multitask too. That cracks me up. It's funny because
the first thing that I teach my clients is to stop multitasking, but sometimes you need.
Angela, stop multitasking. Angela, I love you being here today. I see you got yourself in there good. I love you being here today, my friend. And I appreciate that you're here all day. I know it's getting later there, so you got a marathon going. Thank you, my friend.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you too. Okay, so did you get what you wanted? Do you feel up leveled? Do you have any questions? Now you know how to connect with Angela. Make sure you look at the information below. You can connect with the Fresh Inspiration Show. You can connect with me. You see the latest stuff that the Fresh Inspiration Show is doing. You have Angela Santi. You have all the ways to connect with her, and she is doing fabulous stuff this year. So make sure that you get in and get some space with her so that you know, and if you really felt motivated and you love the connection with Italy, you'll definitely want to know more about Angela. Have an insightful day, freshly inspired, and I'll connect with you real soon. Enjoy this episode again by click and play, get your journal, and really review your notes and what you really want out of this.